Your mind wakes in darkness. Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Oh, guys. I am so super excited right now. I can't even tell you. This brings me back to playing the old game, but let's continue.
The first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them.
I forgot the old game, probably what I played before in my life as the Tormented One.
You force your eyes open.
Look at this body or look around? Let's look at this body.
Wait, you are wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material. You recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago. You have smooth, light brown skin, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot.
Generally good news.
Good muscles, strong but not bulky, and slim hips.
Well, yeah, I'm a girl, so I hope so.
As if they have not done much labor, but scars and burns on the hands and wrists suggest that you haven't always been careful. Why can't you remember this? Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away. You are falling. The world is many kilometers below you.
Look at the horizon. Flatten out to catch the wind. Try to judge how far it is to the ground. Dive towards the ground. Ooh, good thing these things aren't timed, because, yeah. Let's see here. The world is many kilometers below you. Let's catch the wind.
Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself.
Oh, does that mean I'm not always finding myself in the same body? Or is that just a really poetic way to put it?
Below you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
Study the world. Try to remember what happened. So we're flying through the air like a squirrel, and we're gonna try to remember what happened. I think there'll be time for that. I think we need to study the world and see what's going on below us so we can land or whatever's gonna happen. I don't know.
Now you see that this appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size, on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north. Further to the north and east, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains, surmounted by enormous carved peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming at you quickly.
Try to slow the descent even more. Try to remember what happened. Give up and dive. I'm going to slow my descent because I do not want to splat on this planet the very first thing I do.
You've reached a velocity that could, without irony, best be named terminal. You spread your arms and legs and try
28
to
feet per second.
And it looks like you'll hit the bay.
If you're wondering, terminal velocity.
Unless you hit the building in its littered waters. A strange web of colors surrounds you, thrown by a figure standing on the balcony of the structure. But it is effective only at slowing your fall.
Oh, dude. Is the guy throwing a rainbow at me?
You strike the building hard enough to crack its crystalline structure, and you hear one of the engines that supports it protest and howl, and the agony of the crash overcomes you. And then...
I press continue. Oh. Okay. Okay. What just happened? Oh, dude. Holy cow. Is he done reading it to me now? Do I read it myself? Okay, cool. Sounds good. You fell. You remember falling toward the curve of the world. The ground leapt up to claim you. Impact. You should be dead. If so, this is a strange death. There is no peace here, and your mind aches, struggling to form simple thoughts. This doesn't seem like death, nor like any kind of life you recognize. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. This is probably the stuff they were talking about, how you would like select it and okay. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. Examine the bowl or leave the bowl alone. I mean, what else are we going to do? We're up here on a platform. Let's examine the bowl. And it's going to eat us, probably. You trace your fingers over the slippery, overlapping scales that spiraled up from the bottom of the bowl. The sharp-toothed rim plucks at your skin. Ow! It's going to be tricky to move this bowl without slicing your fingers on the edge. You might have to put some effort into it. Reflected light streaks across the surface of the bowl as another droplet falls from the ceiling. This reminds me of where Dumbledore and Harry Potter went into that cave and got the Horcrux out of that water bowl stand thing with all the zombies coming after them. You remember that? That's what this reminds me of, and all the like the pylons that are around in just this deep dark cavern. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Okay, super creepy, but it's good. So, carefully move the bowl beneath the liquid. Examine the bowl again, or leave the bowl alone. So, that's probably might. And one of these is intellect. Maybe intellect is leave the bowl alone. But, you know, it kind of begs to be looked at and see what it is, you know. I don't know if I want to touch it yet. Let's examine it again. The slick overlapping scales have hungry edges that nip at your flesh. Yeah, okay, so that doesn't help us at all. We need to do something. Either leave it alone or move the bowl. I think we'll move the bowl. See what it does. Using might. Okay. Impossible. Okay. Each level of effort reduces the task's difficulty. 9 of 9. Okay, so moderate. Is that something that I can click? Success. You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over the glowing pool of fallen light. I hope I didn't just do something bad, because that would be bad. Okay. Okay. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light.
Hello? Oh, Skist, you're dead, aren't you? No, that can't be right. If he were dead, I would be too. Can you hear me?
Okay, do I want to talk to this guy? I guess, because I'm kind of stuck down here. I need to get out of here, so... Sometimes saying nothing is a good thing to do, but I feel like I want to take chances and see what's going on.
I can't hear anything. Are you even there? Well, if
I
you
can hear
can't
you.
hear me, it means you're still alive. But you'd already know that, wouldn't you? Look, I'm just going to assume we're both alive and want to stay that way, all right?
Yeah, typically that's a good idea. Preservation.
So here's what you have to do. I can't get to you, so you need to build a way up to me. I don't know how you're going to do that. I mean, this is your mind. It's not like I have a map.
So is this dude in my head?
Ah, this is your mind. I bet your memories are down there. Find them, and you'll repair the path up to where I am.
Okay.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Talking to myself here. Did you say something? Was that even you? I can't tell. It doesn't matter. Just build a path up. Then we can face this mess together and you won't be alone. I won't be alone.
I'm still not sure who's speaking. If he's in my brain, if it's this bowl of liquid stuff, I don't know. The voice fades until it passes into inaudibility. Blank, oppressive silence falls, split only by the soft hum of new pylons rising from the depths. Oh man, what's gonna happen? So, can I click on this? Oh, there's the path, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. The air thickens with each step you take towards this watery orb, and whispering voices flit across one of the countless aching gaps in your mind. This must be one of the memories you were told to find. Two figures swim down through the orb as though it's a fathomless ocean. One vanishes into the ebony depths before you can study it. The other, a female, seems to be struggling, or perhaps drowning. You realize that, like the swimmer, you cannot breathe. Tear the orb open to release the water within, might, or rescue the swimmer before she drowns. Let's rescue the swimmer. Using speed. Oh. I missed whatever that said. As you plunge your hand into the orb, you catch the tiny swimmer. Surprisingly strong muscles flex against your palm, and the swimmer pulls you through the breach. As she does, you feel faster. Something about this place causes even your smallest choices to shape who you are. As you plunge into the water, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell. A bubble of stale air is your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines. As well you know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires, and antenna. He believes he can get the two of you through the corroded door. He's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed, it must proceed. Deceive him by telling him that you've heard sounds of pursuit. Threaten him until he returns to the task at hand. This is taking too long. Cast a spell, an esoteric, to fix the device yourself. I would do this one, probably fix it myself. Okay. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hands, rewire it, and shove it back at him. "Oh," he says, examining your work. "Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing." He waves the device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the waterboarded cells in the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Oh boy. Moments later, you're underwater again, and your hands are closing around a strange artifact that seems somehow familiar. It hovers above a pedestal, writhing and spinning as if alive. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. Run. You can come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. Disable the sonar pulse. Use a device to stop them. One of the ciphers in your belt. Yeah, I know. I want to stop them. I want to get that thing. Oh, thank goodness that sound is over. You run urgent fingers over the devices fastened to your waist, a fog rising in your mind. A few can be used against the guards, but will also turn your skin to synth steel or the surrounding water to boiling wax. Hardly ideal. Finally, you find a small silver sphere. Setting the sphere in place, you kick desperately for the safety of a nearby alcove. The sphere whirls and unfolds into a spiraling vortex. The sphere at its center speaks a few polite words in an ancient language, then begins draining the surrounding water into itself with alarming speed. The approaching guards shout, then scream as they too are sucked into the whirlpool and ripped to pieces. You allow yourself a fleeting smile, but are all too aware that more alarms are going off in the distance. The memory begins to fade, as if you're being drawn backward through a tunnel, and you hear morph pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air pulling at you, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. Oh man. This is already really exciting. And the game's not even running that well. It's just the dialogue in the story already is so amazing. Okay. Yeah, let's go up here.